Welcome back to Unapologetically in Power, the space where we stop performing strength and start telling the truth. I'm Jennifer Damascus, and today we're talking about what happens when your identity outgrows your old survival strategy. Before we start, I want you to notice what your body does when you hear the words outgrow or change. If you feel a little tightening, a little bracing, that is information. I need you to take one breath with me. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Let your exhale be a little longer than your inhale because nothing is wrong with you. Your system is responding to the possibility of loss. And by the end of this episode, you will be able to recognize when a habit was a survival strategy, keep what's true about you, and update what you do without abandoning yourself. There is a very specific kind of fear that shows up when you start evolving. It's not a fear of failure, it's a fear of erasure. It's fear that if you become more disciplined, you will become boring. Fear that if you become more successful, you will become hardened. Fear that if you become more aligned, you will lose the parts of you that feel like home. And for a lot of high-performing women, that fear keeps you loyal to old patterns. Not because they're healthy, because they are familiar. So if you've been telling yourself, I want to change, but I don't want to lose me, this episode is for you. So John Maxwell likes to say, you don't have to change who you are, but you do have to change what you do. And most people hear that and think habits, productivity, time management. But today I want to bring it into identity. Because when you're evolving, your nervous system often translates change what you do into change who you are. And that is where the panic starts. So I want to make this real. For me, one of the places this whole thing showed up was gaming. See, I'm a gamer. I have been since middle school. It's not a phase. It's not something I used to do. It is something I share with my daughter and with my husband. It is something that I shared with my mom when she was alive. So when I started evolving, when I started getting more intentional with my energy and with my time, I had this story in my head. If I want the next level of my life, I have to give up gaming. And that story did not feel like growth. It felt like grief. Because it was not asking me to just change a behavior. It was asking me to abandon a part of my identity, part of myself. And here's what I realized. I do not change. How I game changes. How I view gaming changes. How I use it changes. But the part of me that loves to play, the stories, the challenges, the creativity, the connection, that stays. And that is the difference between expansion and erasure. So let's make sense of why this feels so intense. When something is tied to identity, your brain treats it like belonging. So when you think you have to lose a part of yourself to grow, your system reacts like you are about to be exiled. That is why you can feel emotional about something that looks small on paper, but it's not small. It is symbolic. And survival strategies, they're not random. most coping patterns started as solutions. They helped you regulate, they helped you escape, they helped you feel control, they helped you feel safe. So when you try to remove the strategy without honoring what it did for you, your system resists. Again, not because you're weak, because you're loyal. Here's the best part though. Integration beats reinvention. See, there's a myth out there that says burn your old life to build a new one. But for most of us women, that creates more fragmentation. Integration is what creates stability. You keep what is true, you just update what's outdated. And that is how reinvention becomes expansion. So here's the anchor concept for today. You are not becoming someone else. You are becoming more fully yourself. And Maxwell gives us the language to do that. You do not have to change who you are, but you do have to change what you do. So the question is not, what do I need to delete from myself to be successful? The question is, what do I need to update so I can stay myself and still grow? Aligned success is not built by erasing your humanity. It's built by integrating it. Play, softness, creativity, ambition. You do not have to choose. You have to mature the way you relate to each one. So the practical steps for this week, and these steps are meant to feel relieving. One breath, one action, one shift. So the first one, we start with name the strategy without shaming it. Fill in this sentence. This pattern helped me when I needed. So for me, it was gaming helped me when I needed rest. For someone else, scrolling helped me when I needed numbness. Overworking helped me when I needed control. I think that's all of us. People pleasing helped me when I needed safety. And that's like every woman out there. And again, there's no shame here. It's just truth, just information. The next step we take is identify what is identity and what is behavior. So we need to start asking, what part of this is actually me? What part of this is just how I learned to cope? I mean, you might be a gamer. You might not need to game the way you did when you were surviving, but you still need to game. It's who you are. You just need to do it differently. The next step is we upgrade our relationship. Again, not the identity. So let's change the language. Try this. I'm keeping the essence. I'm updating the container. So if you love gaming, keep it. Update the rules. Maybe you game after your priorities are met. Maybe you game as connection, not escape. Maybe you game with intention, not as a disappearing act. Step 4, we need to replace our nervous system function. So if the strategy regulated you, you need a new regulator. So you need to ask, what was I getting from this? Was it rest, relief, control, connection, play? Then choose one additional way to meet that need. A walk, music, a hot shower, a 10-minute creative sprint, a voice note to a friend. I happen to love them. Most people do. Again, not to replace what you love, to expand your options. Then the last step is choose your integration statement. You need to say it out loud. I am not erasing myself. I am expanding. Or something, I don't change. How I do this changes. You need to let that become your nervous system cue when that fear shows up. If you're in a season where you are evolving and you feel that quiet fear of losing yourself, I want you to hear this. You are not becoming someone else. You are becoming more fully yourself. You don't have to change who you are, but you do have to change what you do. So keep what is true, update what is outdated, and integrate what you love. You're not broken, you're just human. And the next level of your life does not require the death of your identity. It requires the maturity of it. And if this episode landed, send it to the woman who is afraid that growth means losing herself. And then send it to yourself as well. We all need the reminder. Thank you so much for being here with me. I look forward to seeing you next week on Unapologetically in Power.